Yo! Woo! It's motherfucking Monday night. We just got done watching a little Monday Night Football.
Yeah, man. Fucking Cowboys, man. Someone gotta beat their ass.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, man. It was a good week for football. I feel like after like a down first couple weeks, at least scoring wise, I feel like we saw some exciting shit.
Yeah, man. Week 2 sucked. Outside of my Birds beating the Packers, week 2 was a terrible week of football. But week 3, just like top to bottom, it was a great fucking football week. Like, I mean, if we just go down the scores of all the games, minus the games we actually give a fuck about, like, it was just a damn good week of football. Like,
yeah, man, you had the Bengals and the Packers going to overtime. Packers came back and beat them. You had the Eagles.
Aaron Rodgers won his first overtime game.
Did he?
Yeah.
Huh. You had the Eagles win on a 61-yard field goal from a rookie who missed a 30-yarder last week.
The fake Birds.
Hey, get the fuck out of here,
Jets
man.
Get a win.
Yeah. Wow, over Smoking Jay.
The Bears.
Keep smoking, bro.
Fuck Jay Cutler. Cut it. The Bears beat Pittsburgh.
They've been on the verge. They've been on the verge of some wins. So like it's good they finally got one.
Yeah, and I think Pittsburgh might not be who we thought they were because
they would show
Big
anything.
Ben's looking like Eli.
Yeah, and I mean Antonio Brown is who we thought he was, but
yeah, as Martavis is who we thought he was.
Yeah, you just gotta get it. You gotta have a facilitator, someone getting the ball.
Number 26 though.
I mean, he'll be there at the end of the season. You gotta get a contention. I think their division's pretty weak this year.
Oh yeah, I mean they got fucking the Ravens in their division who got
Browns and Bengals.
Yeah, they got fucking pummeled by Jacksonville 44-7. Who would have thought that?
Pittsburgh, you better make the goddamn playoffs.
You know that fucking Jacksonville is 3-0 in London games.
Wow, they should just move the fuck over there, man.
Blake Bortles is like. He's the real Big Ben.
Oh, man.
But,
England joke.
Deshaun Watson battled with Tom Brady?
If you want to call it that. I feel like the Texans defense battled with Tom Brady.
Man, you
see Clowney?
Yeah.
That's a fast DM, bro.
They still gave up 36 points?
Yeah, they did.
And Deshaun Watson put up 33?
Yeah.
And does it sound like they upstairs fucking?
I think it's someone chasing their kids. I want to be wishful. That's wishful.
But anyways, yeah. So like, it was a crazy day of football. Fucking, my man Derek Carr looked like shit.
Yeah, Redskins come out of nowhere. Shout out to Chris Thompson, my best fantasy start of the week.
Man, you know what? You know who my fantasy team has just been who keeps killing it for me?
Who?
That goddamn Kareem Hunt.
Yo, he's real, man. I feel like the value of running backs has dropped the last couple of years just because of the whole passing revolution. But recently, you got the Cohen kid in Chicago who looks explosive as shit, and this Kareem Hunt, he's a load.
Yeah, I mean, the rookie running back class is actually living up to what they were built to be. Not necessarily the names we expected.
I mean, Fournette we certainly expected that one. And actually, I looked at some highlights. McCaffrey had an all right week. It was mostly routes out of the backfield.
He had 100 yards receiving, but apparently, like, again, I didn't watch the Carolina game. They're giving him the ball like way too much.
Yeah, they're force feeding him.
Yeah. And they're not letting Cam be Cam.
Well, Cam isn't really himself though. I don't know if Cam is all the way back healthy.
I don't think he's healthy.
No.
Like, honestly, I think, like, because they said he had a similar surgery to what Andrew Luck had. And granted, Cam had it a little bit earlier than Luck, but we don't see Luck playing anytime soon.
He's not even near coming back.
Exactly.
And now Cam's safety blanket, Greg Olson's done for like 8 weeks, so that's bad news.
How do you feel about losing your running back?
What? Oh, Sproulsy?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, God bless that man. I'm praying for him because honestly, I've never seen someone break a wrist and tear an ACL in the same play.
Yeah, me neither.
He's such a nice dude. He's such a good football player. So you don't want to see something bad happen to someone like that.
No, man. He was on my fantasy team. But since we're talking about your Eagles, I guess we can hop into the deep dive of your birds. Are your off-brand birds for real this year?
I mean, they're definitely the real birds, but that's neither here nor there. We looked great in the first half. We were running the ball. We didn't run the ball the first 2 weeks at all. We're pounding the rock. The Giants look like the Giants of this year. And then second half comes, and they start force-feeding Odell, and Odell makes some plays.
Eli, baby. They got it figured out. Like, yo, short passes.
Quick drops. Get the ball out.
Because that O-line of New York's haven't looked great all year, but y'all had one of the best front sevens in the league, and
they didn't get there. They didn't get home.
Eli didn't get sacked at all.
They barely touched him. But
he threw 2 picks, though, didn't he?
Huh?
Did Eli throw like 2 picks?
2 picks, yeah. One was a nice. Our rookie want to jump all over Brandon Marshall, who I think is up the road a bit at this point.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall's like what, 6'5"? 6'4"?
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he should win every jump ball, especially with a corner.
Exactly. But Sterling Shepard beat our backup safety for a long touchdown.
Hey, he's on the field.
But mainly Odell, man, he's back.
Oh yeah, Odell's back.
And he's in full force of the celebrations.
And he's a motherfucking dog. And he's marking his territory. Odell told y'all, look here, the end zone is mine. I own that shit. I'm gonna whip my dick out and piss on the motherfucker.
And it shouldn't have been a flag. Even as an Eagles fan, you can't throw a flag. It's not sexual. He's acting like an animal. He's acting like a dog.
Woof.
That ain't a flag. Come on now.
Now, what's funny though is the reactions from all the fucking sports analysts today. Like, what was Odell thinking? He cost his team 15 yards. Bro, they made the extra
cost
points.
him 7 points too. You know.
Shut the fuck up, man. Like, look here.
He got 2 more TDs than what? They got the whole first 2 weeks?
Right, like they scored, 23 points in the fourth quarter or something like that?
24.
24 in the fourth quarter, and they hadn't scored more than 19 points in their last 8 games. Y'all better kick rocks with that bullshit. Let Odell cook.
Yeah,
he ain't bothering no fucking body. Let him celebrate, be happy.
Yeah.
He brought a certain swagger to the Giants. Like, if you look at that game, you can say, like, especially the second half, although the Giants are 0-3, they could fuck around and still be that 9-7 team that like figures it out late.
Hey, and the Giants are good at that.
Exactly, like
sneaking in, you know.
And I hope that they do because I did pick them to be the wild card.
I picked them to win the division, so.
Well, you know, I picked the Bengals to be in the wild card as well. And,
that's looking good either. One of mine that's looking all right now. Buffalo Bills to win the wild card of the AFC. They're still 2-1. They beat Denver. They beat Denver this week.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that game was I think the worst. Hold on. The referee who called the penalty on Von Miller for taunting needs to go to timeout. We might need to take these fucking stripes from him.
It's just like, let the boys play. There are some points when you're like, all right, this dude's a motherfucking dumbass. But like, there are some points when it's like, that was legitimately funny.
But that shit was funny.
That was really funny.
Bob puts his hand out for Tyrod. He pulls it back. Like, nah, bro, I ain't fucking with you. You're on the other team.
I think there should be a rule if the other player is laughing at it, then it can't be a foul. Tyrod Taylor was cracking up.
It's not like he like went to him both and pushed him back down.
Or like smacked him or something.
Which would still be funny, but I can understand the penalty. But like, these motherfuckers.
Let the boys play. Let the boys play.
Hey man, I got indigestion.
Oh man, upset stomach.
Diarrhea, yeah, Pepto-Bismol. Not plugging Pepto-Bismol though.
Yeah, we just did a free ad.
Yeah, but it was funny. It was really funny. But yeah, your off-brand Eagles, they did pull one out. But more importantly, the real birds of the NFL, one of 2 3-0 teams. The Bird Gang, rise up, bitch.
One thing I want to shout out today. I have someone I work with. I was talking to about the big Lions. He's a big Lions fan. I was talking to him about that game, and one of my pet peeves is fans that can't. So say you're watching your team play and your team commits a horrendous penalty, clearly a penalty.
Yeah.
And they can't accept it.
Yeah, fuck the fanboys.
You gotta be able to look at it objectively and be like, that's my team, but that's a bad play. Like, that's not good. This man looked at I was talking to him about the finish. So what was it? Golden Tate goes down to 1 yard line.
Yeah, they called a touchdown, but they had to review it. And because they reviewed it, some 10-second runoff rule, because if they did not run off time, it gives the team an unfair advantage because it's practically a free timeout.
Yeah, it's a bummer because Caldwell called a timeout earlier in the quarter that he probably shouldn't have called. That might have cost him the game.
Well, you know what? Jim Caldwell's a decent coach, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's the Lions. But so back to essentially the point. My coworker sees that play, and even though he's a big Lions fan, he goes, "That's the rule. We should have lost." It's just a shame it had to end like that, because it is a shame.
In the rule book.
Another thing that's in the rule book. Can we find out what a fucking catch is? Does anyone know what a catch is?
What happened? I know how to catch up.
Always. In the Eagles game, even as an Eagles fan, the Giants had a touchdown called back. That was clearly a touchdown. Dude caught the ball, 2 feet in, fell to the ground, dropped the ball once he hit the ground. That's still a touchdown. I don't care about this process of the catch bullshit.
Well, I mean, the NFL says you have to bring it all the way to the ground, which to me does not make sense, because if I get my 2 feet in bounds, right?
With possession, I've caught the ball. Exactly. Then it's over.
Now, because if that happened, I feel like if that happens, like in the field of play, it becomes a fumble, right? But if you do it in the end zone, you get your 2 feet in, you show possession, touchdown. Whatever happens after that doesn't matter. But I'm not a referee, and I'm not on the competition committee. I don't write any rules. I ain't part of NFLPA, which is a piece of shit, probably worst player association in fucking sports. But that's neither here nor there. So, I mean, again, I find it great that you can be an objective fan, because it's hard to find objective fans. Most fans are stupid. I'll just be honest with you. They're just fucking stupid.
They're passionate to a fault.
Exactly. Like, and I always tell people, I'm a sports fan first, then I support my team secondly.
No, I see. I think I would agree with that. I mean, as I'm sure with you, being a Philly sports fan is ingrained in my goddamn blood. So,
yeah, y'all a little bit different though, because y'all have like a fucking police precinct in your fucking baseball stadium.
Yeah, there was a courtroom in the vet at one point.
Yeah, like y'all have some of the wildest fans in like sports history. So like,
yeah, we don't give a fuck.
If you were to tell me that you were like the least objective sports fan that I've ever met, I'd believe you, because you're a fucking Philadelphia fan. Speaking of which, are you going up to LA for the game Sunday?
I'm trying. Be one of 25,000 people up there.
Yeah. And what's the parking like?
I think it's $100 to park.
Yeah, I would park like a couple miles away in Uber.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a friend to drop me off if I do that.
Or yeah, like
that's a W though, baby.
Is it?
That team's pass rush is great, but Phillip Rivers is over the hill.
Yeah, he's looking over the hill. I think we can look at Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning,
Carson Palmer,
Big Ben.
Maybe that's a little too soon.
I mean, we say that because he's Big Ben.
But he hasn't had a consistent streak of terribleness. But I think the other guys have.
He's looked terrible all 3 games. I got him on my fantasy team, and like
so do
I haven't started him.
Yeah.
Except for like one game, and the game I didn't start him, I should have started. The game I started him, I shouldn't have started him. So like now I'm like sold on Matt Ryan. So he's on the trading block. Anybody in my league, Big Ben is on the trading block. Highest bidder. But yeah, let's talk about my Birds again. We started talking about them. One of 2 3-0 teams in the league, and they said there was a Super Bowl hangover, but I don't think we got drunk enough last year. I think
I will say this. I think you're the second best 3-0 team. The Chiefs are fucking monsters right now.
The sports fan in me won't argue that with you, because the Chiefs have looked good.
Yeah.
We did not look good against Chicago at home. But Chicago may be better than I think they are, because they did beat Pittsburgh this past week.
And I think they looked good before getting stomped by, I want to say, the Raiders? Didn't they get stomped by somebody?
Yeah, their week 2 game, it was Tampa Bay.
Okay.
They beat the dog piss out of them.
I don't think they looked terrible originally, but yeah.
Yeah, no, they looked good against us.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay beat the fuck out of them, but Tampa Bay had the first week off.
Yeah.
So they had plenty of time to plan for them. They were emotional coming out of their fucking Hurricane Irma shit.
Yeah.
And then the Bears looked good against fucking goddamn Pittsburgh. But the Chiefs look really good. Like Alex Smith is doing more than we expected him to do.
He is at the peak of his limitations, essentially.
Exactly.
He's not gonna. They say that he won't win you the game, but he also won't lose you the game. I think that's kind of a stupid sentiment. can win you the game.
And I think he's in a place where he's winning people games.
He had a pass that essentially sealed the game against the Eagles last week, where
it's fun the way you say Eagles. You say Eagles.
The Eagles. He threw like a fade to Conley that was a perfectly placed ball, one of those like only where your receiver can get it. And I'd say he won the game.
Chris Conley from the 3-0 University of Georgia Bulldogs, number 7 in the nation. Yeah, go Dogs, sick 'em. But yeah, motherfucker. They look good, and I think the pressure that Patrick Mahomes is putting on him
is good. Looks like
it's great. Good. Absolutely. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, but moving to a little bit more serious of the topic, the NFL showed out this week, and not just on the field, they showed out before the game too.
Yeah, so the owners got a little bit of pressure put on them. The players got called out of their name.
By the Donald. Do we still call him that? The Donald?
I don't call him anything.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
So yeah, they got a little pissed off, and everybody came out for their solidarity. And I'm gonna let Sean give y'all a little bit about how he feels on it, and after that, I'm about to like rant and go the fuck in.
I think it's really funny because when Kaepernick did the whole kneeling for the national anthem in the first place, it was a little confusing to the outward observer. Like, what is he doing? Who's he aiming this at? What's the point of it? What's his goal? We eventually found out that he's combating police violence and just trying to combat civil inequality and all that stuff. But I think this one's funny because Donald Trump, without knowing it, gave the cause a face, like a target almost. So now he's essentially having people unite against him specifically now. And without even like realizing that they're trying to, he's uniting people. Even though it's against him, he's certainly uniting people. Now, you said earlier, a good point is that it certainly is owners are thinking about what he said about people. Well, hold on. What did he say? He said that the people are going to stop playing football or something like that?
Stop going to the games and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, which not doesn't even matter because most of the money is TV money anyway.
Yeah, and most of the people who put the real money into the fucking actual games are the rich people who are buying boxes and season ticket holders.
Yeah.
And for probably, 75% of the franchises, there's a waiting list for to be a season ticket holder, so people aren't giving up their season ticket rights anyways.
Yeah. But
so
I think
you're ready to tag me in so I can go in.
I got you. Well, my last point essentially is that I'm cool. I'm cool. Obviously, it's a peaceful protest. We're not hurting anybody. Clearly, we understand that no one hates the military. This isn't like a we don't like the military kind of thing. It's just trying to get attention, to bring attention to a cause where people are being harmed and treated unjustly. But after getting the attention, you just hope that players take that platform and move forward into more activism and trying to help others in other ways. Just like take it and then also run with it, you know?
Exactly. Sean made some great points, but it's time for me to go in. I got to do this because I'm passionate about this shit. For one, you fuck ass owners, you coming out here, you're holding hands, kumbaya, abuska, whatever the fuck you motherfuckers saying.
You see the Jags owner's mustache?
Yeah, the Jags. Man, what took you so goddamn long to join the movement, huh? Did it really take some people getting called sons of bitches for you to get pissed off? Or did somebody fucking up your bottom line, saying, oh, don't come to the games no more, don't watch the games? And then the newspapers, y'all reported as NFL comes together to combat flag protests and impeding on the First Amendment. The protest ain't about the damn flag. The protest ain't about the First Amendment, which is an amendment that I support. And if you want to say something, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say, whenever the fuck you want to say it.
Just accept the consequences.
And deal with what happens when you say that motherfucking shit. But the protest is about unarmed black people being killed by law enforcement officials and racial equality in America. Ain't nobody really talking about that. That's what the minority of the the majority, because it's crazy that African Americans, who are the minority in this country but are the majority of the NFL, 70%. But again, there are no black owners in the NFL. These motherfuckers, the few, are taking knees because they want you to talk about police violence. They want you to talk about racism and try to fix it. But y'all want to talk about protesting the flag. We're not ain't nobody protesting the flag.
You'd hope not, at least.
They are. I am more than 99.999999999% sure that these people are proud Americans. They have their issues with the country because we have our issues with everything.
Yeah.
But they just want to be treated the same. They don't want to get pulled over for no reason because they live in a nice suburban neighborhood and they drive a BMW 7 Series.
Or more importantly, gunned down the street.
They don't want to be gunned down. They don't want their kids to be gunned down because, hey, you're a pro athlete. Somebody probably knows your name and face. You're good, but nobody knows your fucking kid. Like the shit that LeBron did. Like LeBron was like, I mean, I really ain't worried about myself, but I got a son who's gonna be driving in a year or two. And that's what it's all about. It's just about people being treated like people. That's all that they want. So owners, yes, you came out there, you did the right thing for your PR.
Now start donating some goddamn money.
You paid your lip service. But guess what? Put your money where your motherfucking mouth is. You taking knees, you're crossing arms and folding arms and doing all this interlocking and shit. Now put some money into it, and hey, one of y'all motherfuckers signed Colin Kaepernick. He's better than Scott Tolzien, Andy Dalton,
Carson Palmer. Let's go that far.
Carson Palmer threw like 300 yards today though.
That's fine, but he looked like an old man last 10 games.
Oh man, he was getting sacked like crazy today by Dallas's lack of pass rush.
And you know who would have gotten sacked? Colin Kaepernick, because he's fucking a lot faster than that old fucking man. He'd fit Arians' offense perfectly. He likes to stretch the field, throw downfield.
Yeah,
Arians would love that shit.
But the crazy thing is though, what I hate is that Adam Gase created an entire offense around Colin Kaepernick when he was applying for the 49ers job. Mm-hmm. And that got lost in the whole, well, he and Jay Cutler had great chemistry. Jay Cutler was out of shape, fat fuck, smoking Newports.
Smoking Jay.
And fucking living. But anyways, we've been talking about all this crazy shit going on.
One more time. Owners, it's all good that you're taking these and you're locking arms, but y'all got more money than the rest of us combined.
Yeah.
Put it towards some good. Donate it to I don't know, anywhere that you think does some good. That's the next step.
Yeah, support the communities in which your team are in, and don't go like support the suburbs where they good. Go support the communities that actually need it because that's what really matters.
I'm not against supporting the suburbs, but I understand what you're saying.
The money's in the suburbs, man. They got good tax money in the suburbs.
Support people who need your support.
There we go. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about NBA Media Day. We're gonna talk about Melo to OKC now.
I think the Media Day thing was spurred on by what we just talked about. Essentially, I think a lot of that is just hot air. Let's go to the meat of it, man. Melo is now the starting power forward for the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Well, I don't know because that one reporter asked him if he thought he was gonna come off the bench or how he felt about it, and Melo did what I would have done. After that grown ass man's face.
Hey, he's gonna have to come off the bench eventually, man.
Man, look here.
It's gonna be interesting to see what Dwayne Wade says when someone tells him.
Hey, look here. Sean ain't high on Melo, but let me tell you something about Melo. Melo can go get you a motherfucking bucket.
That's
four players in NBA history have scored 20 points per game every season in the league.
Stats are great, man.
Melo's one of them. And if you look at Melo, I looked at a picture of Melo the other day. I looked at his arms.
That's what you're looking at.
I looked at the way his body's looking. Melo's working out. Melo usually comes.
I hope he is.
Usually Melo's soft body when the season starts. You know, he out of shape, got titties and shit. Usually titty Melo. Now he's hoodie Melo.
Titty Melo.
Hoodie Melo is a whole nother motherfucker. Yeah, titty Melo. That's a good one. Hoodie Melo. Hoodie Melo. Like this. Come on, look at Hoodie Melo. I think he's not afraid to become who he was in the Olympics. Like catch and shoot Melo.
You'd hope so because he's definitely. I think he shot 41% on catch and shoot threes last year.
Hey, come back.
The whole thing is though, the problem with Westbrook to start with is that he didn't want to share the ball. Paul George.
That's the problem.
Paul George wanted to get the ball in crunch time with the Pacers and bitched when he didn't.
Well, hold on. He was on the Pacers.
And then you throw Carmelo in there, who I'm sure also wants the goddamn ball down the stretch. It's easy to throw three great players, and I would call them great players because they're awesome at what they do, together and say it's going to work. But just like the T-Wolves, like we've talked about, you gotta make it work also. It's great putting a lot of talent together, but when you throw three scores together, there are going to have to be some passes in there somewhere.
So here's what's going to happen. Melo's going to come in because Melo's the OG. Melo gonna tell Russell young ass, look here, motherfucker.
But it's Russell's team, though.
Man, look here. Listen to me. He gonna tell Russell young ass, look here, motherfucker. You gotta pass the goddamn ball or something. All this shit you was doing last year was cute. But motherfucker, I'm trying to win. I'm old. I'm in shape now. I'm trying to win. And Melo's gonna do that. He's gonna be that leader. Trust me. Then Paul George is gonna be like, look, man. I trust you all as my teammates. And whoever gets the best shot in crunch time gets the ball. Because the difference between this OKC team and that goddamn Indiana team that Paul George was on, them sorry motherfuckers couldn't put the ball in goddamn nothing. They couldn't put the ball in a sack.
That's fine, but when you put three superstars together, like say happened in Boston in what, 08? All those dudes, I feel like we didn't have any question as to whether they were going to do the right thing, make the right basketball play without a thought.
But it was because they were older, right? Only because they were older. Let's be real.
Certainly, but it's also part of their basketball ability.
We're good.
All right. And I think that even the fact that we have to ask the question, like, will these guys be able to coexist? Like, they're great players, and the fact that we have to ask the question, will they pass the ball to each other, is ridiculous to me.
Paul George is not ever shown to be a truly selfish player. Melo, he's a black hole. You get the ball to Melo, it ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Let's go in the basket. Russell is a black hole with fake ass 10 assists. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Those were dump off assists.
Yeah.
But I think because he got his MVP,
He got in the system, maybe.
He and Melo are on Jordan Brand together. You know, they have a different type of relationship. That Russell gonna get his mind right because it's all on Russell. I think Paul George ready to sacrifice. Melo obviously ready to sacrifice by choosing that team as a team that he would like lift his no trade clause for. So it's just a matter of these motherfuckers just getting together, figuring it out.
Just playing the devil's advocate. You have a player who, yes, won the MVP, but he literally played basketball to get numbers last year. That's kind of alarming. I know Russell's a great player, but the dude did play to get numbers last year.
Oh, let's be real.
Didn't play to win, play to get numbers.
Let's be real. I'm not high on Russell.
And then you got Paul George, who was a superstar defender, was a great wing defender before he broke his leg. I think he's slowly getting back there, you'd hope. But it wasn't, I obviously wasn't in the goddamn locker room, but like certainly called out his teammates last year, especially during the playoffs.
Fuck them, they were trash.
Sure, but like part of being a leader is you can't just you gotta go to them, don't go to the media. And then you got
we can't say that. We can't.
And he
say
was traded there beyond his own will. It was not his choice to go there. And then you got Melo, who obviously, like you just said, is kind of a black hole with the ball, a ball stopper. He can get a bucket, that's fine, but dude's career shooting percentage is not that high. He is not dominant at putting the ball in the bucket. He's a volume shooter. Hopefully, with open looks that you'll get from the other two getting the attention, he'll put the ball in the bucket.
What do you see his catch and shoot 3-point percentage was?
I believe it's 41.
41. How many catch and shoot 3-point opportunities will he have?
You hope, ideally, a lot of them.
And just in theory, like if you look at that team, right, you take what? Russell at the 1. Who gives a fuck who plays the 2?
Roberson, probably.
Oh, God, he sucks. But Roberson in the game, well, I'm not going to call him the 2. I'm going to say Roberson in the game.
At the wing.
Melo, Paul George, Steven Adams. How many spot-up threes will Melo get?
You hope a lot. You hope they kick that motherfucking ball out.
How many catch-and-shoot 3 opportunities will he get? Let's talk about opportunities. I ain't going to talk about shots he takes because Russell might not pass it to him. But how often will he be open for that 3?
Hey, you hope Billy Donovan can, I don't know, conjure up some Florida magic.
Oh, no. You know how KD was feeling about Billy Donovan. You know, KD was talking like that motherfucker can't coach or some
Hey,
shit.
we've seen the Thunder with two superstars before, and we can all agree it didn't always look pretty. It was more just like your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. You can only hope that now that they got three of them, it's gonna look a little prettier.
I hope so. I hope so, and not for Russell's sake, because I'm not a huge Russell fan, but I love PG.
Yeah, I like PG too. I'm a fan of the game. Two-way players. You always gotta love two-way players.
I want to really dispel the myth of two-way players. I hate the term two-way player.
Because you should, as a good player, you should just be a two-way player.
Yeah, you're a player.
Yeah.
And offense.
No, you're right.
Offense counts more than defense. So like when people say Kawhi Leonard's the best two-way player in the league,
He's just the fucking third best player or whatever.
He's not LeBron.
Whatever you want to quantify.
He's like not LeBron. So shut the fuck up. But anyways, I want this to work for Melo, and for my disdain for Steph Curry and his light skin ways.
Hey,
I want to see light
I want to
skin
see
guy.
good. I want to see good basketball, and obviously you root for Sam Presti. Dude's a genius.
Sam Presti has had the best accumulation of talent on his teams over the past 10 years. Maybe Pat Riley, but Pat Riley cheated, and it was less of Pat Riley and more of...
And Pat Riley has South Beach to wave at people.
Yes,
what does Presti have? Oklahoma
Tornado
City
Alley,
and all
you know
of
what
them?
I'm saying? Like, Tornado Alley, this motherfucker, like, hey, you're gonna buy this really nice house, but guess what? We will go on a road trip and it may be gone. Yeah, Sam Presti's a wheeler and dealer. And I mean, don't get me wrong, his last two deals were by circumstance, but hey,
He'll take him how he can get it.
Yeah, fuck it. You take it how you can get it. But somebody tells you, oh, you just fucked that pretty girl because she just broke up with her boyfriend.
Yeah, that's like saying she got daddy issues.
So?
Like, all right, that's
not my problem.
That's the hand you were dealt.
Yeah, she just showed up here. She looked good, and I do that. But anyways,
it ain't the hand that you dealt, but how you playing your cards.
Exactly. So do you think OKC? What do you put OKC at in the West?
Well, all right. So I think top three are still Golden State, Spurs, Rockets.
You put them over the Rockets?
What? Yeah, dude. Never count on Popovich. I understand.
I said Rockets. I didn't say Spurs. Spurs are in my top two because they're going to win 60 games next year. I don't know fuck how they're just going to.
Yeah, all right. So you're saying that how can I put the Rockets over OKC?
Yes.
Somehow, some way, whether it's these pickup videos that are being released or just me getting used to the idea, I think Harden and CP3 are going to work really well together.
Fair enough. I really wish Melo would have went to the Blazers.
Yeah, man. You wanted to give Dame some firepower.
Yo, you hear Dame song with Lil Wayne?
No, but someone told me about it the other day, man.
It's pretty straight. Dame sounds like a straight Bay Area rapper, obviously. But yeah, he did a song with Wayne. I listened to it, and I listened to him on. How's
Wayne? Obviously Dame? I think I understand his style.
I don't remember.
Wayne's all over the place.
Wayne's like OG, drugged out. Like he's just
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. But it was pretty dope, and it was funny though because Dame Lillard was talking about the song with Joe Budden on Everyday Struggle. And he threw shots at Joe because Joe was supposed to give him a verse, and he still gave him the verse.
There's a weird dude, man.
But Bud got the boss. Great lyricist.
Everyone on Slaughterhouse is a great lyricist.
Very true. But anyways, we got any more NBA we want to talk?
I mean,
we'll talk about LeBron.
All right, man. What about LeBron?
I don't know if anybody watched LeBron's media day today. It was very interesting. He clarified his tweets from this weekend, which I'm not going to go into.
I'll say this. His hairline fluctuates a lot.
Well, I mean, that's because LeBron has a great barber and some great Beijing,
You
as I call
spend
it.
the money and get the Brian Urlacher hair plugs, man. Just get new hair.
Or just go bald. Like, the great NBA players are now bald. Chuck's bald, MJ's bald, Magic's bald.
I don't know if that's the new era. I'm trying to think who in the new era is. But
Shaq's bald.
KG's bald.
KG's bald. Kenny.
Kobe went bald.
Just go bald. KD need to go bald too. KD close to it with his nappy headed ass. But anyway.
And then go bald.
But LeBron, yeah. So did you hear what he was saying about Kyrie?
He just called him the kid. He said the kid over and over and over and over again.
So here's the thing about all of this.
He's trying to be nice, but it was a Freudian slip. He's trying to be kind and politically correct, but in his head, he's like, that little fucking boy. Like, God damn it.
Here's why I actually believe LeBron, though.
Uh-huh.
Have you listened to Shannon Fry and Richard Jefferson's podcast?
Hold on. Yeah.
Okay, so I listened to one of the episodes, and it was they were on the private jet, because that's the NBA players fly.
Sure.
And they were like they were delayed though because like the fucking runway was iced over, so they were waiting on the jet. LeBron, I am more than confident LeBron had a couple of glasses of wine by this point.
That dude loves wine.
He does. So they're like talking. They got like LeBron on there, and he was only supposed to be on there for like 5-10 minutes. He ended up doing like 30-45 minutes, which again leads me to believe that he had been drinking wine.
Yeah.
So then they bring Kyrie in later on in the pod, and LeBron talks about how like once he got to know Kyrie and he saw the type of person Kyrie was, he like gave him the blueprint. And by giving him the blueprint, he meant like not just the basketball thing. Like he was like, hey, look here, here's how you boss up, and this is how you work Nike. This is how you work these other endorsement deals. Like he really like said, come here, young fella. Like I see the potential you have as a basketball player, but also you as a person, and how you can elevate yourself and increase your bottom line. Because I mean, LeBron, he got money.
He got to get some good movies under his belt, and then he got me.
He has a good show though, Survivor's Remorse.
I mean, he produces. I want to see some acting chops, man. I want to see some acting chops.
Fair enough, but like, so when I hear him say this during the season,
Yeah.
and then I hear him echo that today, like I gave this kid the blueprint, now he jumped ship. I ain't got shit for him. Pretty much, I wish I knew what I could have done to make it better because we haven't spoke in so long.
The blueprint is fine, and you can give someone your tricks of the trade, your advice. But if you don't have the work ethic that LeBron has, that dude's a mon. Do you see? You hear J.R. Smith? He's like LeBron's a jerk. He called me at 6:30 in the morning asking what I'm doing. I'm asleep. Like LeBron's that type of dude. Obviously we know JR is hilarious, but like LeBron's the type of dude that it's 6:30 up. He's working.
He had that Tom Brady type of like, this shit matters more than anything else mindset. You know what I'm saying?
I think Brady might have it to a more degree.
Oh yeah, Brady doesn't drink during the season. I think LeBron still drinks during the season.
And Brady's like almost psychotic about it. I feel like the same way MJ was about it. I think LeBron has a better grasp on like
reality.
Life. Yeah, definitely.
I tell people all the time, it's not just because I'm a LeBron fan, but if I were the 8th or 9th man off the bench who rarely play, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think LeBron will be the superstar I would want to play with.
Yeah, certainly. He empowers his role players. But I heard this once. I forget who said this. Probably Simmons, because he says a lot of the shit I echo. But Shaq was the best suited superstar for post-basketball life because you could tell that he had more fun doing everything else and he had a wider viewpoint than basketball isn't the only thing that matters. Everyone says that Shaq, if he really put his mind to it and really gave everything to it, could have had 9 championships or whatever the fuck, just because he was dominant physically and had all these skills.
But yeah, Shaq showed up every year out of shape.
But
once he moved out,
and then he was getting movies. He did music. He does television. He does ads.
He had a platinum album.
He's versatile and he understands that life isn't just basketball.
Sports.
Exactly.
But you know, Shaq has not spent any of his basketball money.
I don't doubt it, man. They got the icy hot money.
Like he only spends his endorsement money.
That's a good idea. I heard Marshawn Lynch does that too.
So like, it's funny like when you as a layman, right? Like not a non-athlete, you look at it.
Not a layman.
You look at Shaq and you say, Shaq did it right.
He did.
He was dominant enough to be thrust in a GOAT conversation. He's never going to be the GOAT because he's a big man. But when you start talking like most dominant players, best big man of all time.
And he didn't fulfill his potential physically.
He didn't. But he still would average like high 20s, 12 to 14 boards a game.
He had 3 rings, should have had 4. Or he has 4 rings, should have had 5, could have had 6.
Yeah, but like you look at his legacy, you look at his raps, you go, wow. Shaq one of the greatest people I've watched because I was born in the early 90s.
I'd say besides LeBron, he's the greatest person I've watched.
Exactly. And Kobe won more rings. But Kobe had these dry spells in his career where you just look at it, you go like, wow, his best years, his team didn't win.
Yeah, Shaq, for those of you who didn't get to see him, was a unstoppable force at one point.
And what could be your favorite celebrity? Like Shaq,
he's hilarious. When he goes on shows and shit, you gotta watch it.
Like you watch him now on TNT when like people talk about like good big men, he goes 20-15. If you don't have 20-15, you got a bad game.
There was a game during his rookie year, I believe, where he had a triple double with like 28, 15 rebounds, and I think 10 blocks. He's a monster. There's a reason they call him Superman.
Shut. But he was a character.
Yeah.
That's what made him good. And I think LeBron is towing this line where I think LeBron is maximizing his potential while still keeping 1 foot out of the NBA because he understands like you can't play sports forever.
Which is part of the reason that he may eventually go to LA because it opens up a lot of doors open up a lot of doors in other interests that aren't basketball.
Exactly.
Whether it's production, whether it's making movies, there's just more outlets there than other.
I mean, you look at Melo, right? And you said the NBA player, he may have underachieved, right? But as a human being,
I'm not sure what his other interests are. I don't know what he gets into besides for basketball though.
Let's just think about the contracts that he's had, the amount of money that he's been getting paid, and the lack of production and putting his team in position to win that he's done. Not to mention, he had this Jordan thing, and then he and Lala are still together. So you look at Carmelo as a person from where he started from the day he was born to where he's gonna be at fucking the age of 50.
Yeah.
Successful motherfucker. Look at him as an athlete, you go, Melo kind of underachieved. He maybe could have waited to go to New York the next season where they would have had players around him and they could have been contenders.
Pass the rock.
He didn't win rings. He could have maybe changed his game. But you say he received multiple max contracts.
$200 million.
Yeah, he made multiple max contracts. He was signed on Jordan.
He gets free Jordan shoes.
Yeah, and he also married a successful actress.
People also forget that during his Olympic run, he was a key figure in the whole social injustice talks. He organized talks where they talk they had round tables. He was actually a big figure in that. He gets a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that Melo's very conscious to what's going on. I listened to an interview a couple weeks ago of his wife talking about the way they treat his son, because his son's a top 10 prospect in his age group. He's 10. 12.
As you'd expect.
I mean, yes,
yeah.
But they were yeah, he's not spoiled. If his grades aren't right, if he's not putting in his basketball work, he goes without. What does that mean when your dad is worth over $100 million?
Who fucking knows? They make you wear fucking and-ones to school.
Right. But wow, we just went on a fucking tangent, and you wanna wrap it up?
Let's wrap it the fuck up.
So hey man, this was the motherfucking catch-up. I don't remember what number episode this is because we've done
Who cares?
It doesn't matter because we're gonna be here a long time and we're gonna do this every week. Hey, can I plug my homeboy real quick?
Go for it.
So my homeboy, I am Scotty B. IG, I am Scotty B. I called into his fucking he does a radio show out of New York every week, Wednesdays from 12 until 2 a.m. Eastern time. I called in. He asked me a couple sports questions. He was like, yeah, I know you do the catch-up. I don't really know anything about sports, but he asked me some questions. I gave some answers.
Yeah.
We talked, we laughed, and he said he was going to plug the show. So I told him, hey, I'll return the favor and I'll plug the show. So.
Hey, man, throw it right back.
Yeah. Hey, I am Scotty B. Follow him, check him out. He's up in New York doing great things with his hip-hop millennial radio show.
Hey, and for those of you who listened to one of the first couple of video episodes, next week's going to be a video episode, and I got some bars for y'all, too, so stay tuned.
Yes, Sean, I ain't gonna lie to you. People have been asking about they've been asking me about the bars and the videos. I'm glad we're going to bring that shit back next week.
Yeah, bro.
Turn up.
Ain't gonna disappoint. Hey, you ain't wanted to stay blunted. I done it since day one. See thoughts of aggression. You just thought you were messing. Peace.
All that.